My name is David, and welcome to my channel. I've been living and working in the Philippines for 30 years, and we are going to do something a little different this week. If you clicked on the thumbnail, you can see that it's actor Jeremy Renner, and the title is something like An American Terrorist in Manila. In 2012, there was a movie. No, I'm not going to review a movie, and no, this is not a white guy reacts to a movie channel. This is a Filipino information channel. The movie, called The Bourne Legacy, was partially filmed in the Philippines. And inside that movie, so this is a fictional incident, inside that movie, it was the worst terrorist attack on Manila, the horrible beatdown, the worst terrorist attack since, say, February to March 1945. Oh yeah, and to my Filipino subscribers, you think it's an action-adventure movie. Did you watch the movie and see what he did to your capital city? Let's start out with a clip. Jeremy Renner as Aaron Cross arrives at a pharmaceutical company in the Philippines and uses a fake ID to get in. He needs medication to cure him of being a super soldier assassin guy, and that medication is found in the basement. The pharmaceutical company figures out that he's down there along with his accomplice and sends down 3 security guards who talk just like Americans. And in fact, one of them is of Korean ancestry and not of Filipino ancestry.
But don't touch that.
Let's pack it up. Let's go.
Look, nobody
Come on.
touch anything.
Just follow us.
I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. I'm gonna call your boss and we're gonna figure it out. Watch us.
Hey, hold on a second.
So Aaron Cross decides that since he needs this medication in the basement, he's just going to murder 3 hardworking Filipino guys who earn $20 a day or $2.50 an hour. If you watch the video slowly, you'll see that I actually put a woman stretching her back. Why? Because that's the point in the shot where he broke the neck of one of the security guards and murdered him. I don't know if the other 2 are dead, but clearly these 3 guys did not deserve what happened to them. Yes, they did. They are working for an evil pharmaceutical company. No, they do not work for that pharmaceutical company. Security guards do not work for the facilities that they patrol. They work for contract agencies that are authorized to hire guards, train them, and have them carry guns. They probably worked for a firm called Kubla Khan, and those guards are contracted to work at a mall, or they're contracted to work at a residential building, or they're contracted to work at a pharmaceutical company. They do not work for an evil corporation like that pharmaceutical company or Tesla. Lucky for those savage security guards, there's a medical doctor with Aaron Cross, Dr. Marta Shearing, and when she sees those men savagely beaten up, she just looks at them and then runs away with Jeremy Renner's character, leaving them untreated, lying there. They're going to die, and she did nothing as a medical doctor. Let's take a break from the gratuitous violence and go back in time to when Dr. Shearing and Aaron Cross were first landing in Manila. 3 hottest places on Earth are the Sahara Desert, Death Valley, California, and Nino Aquino Airport. And all the men getting off the plane are wearing business suits and suit jackets because that's what Americans wore in 2012. The only accurate character is this guy who looks like he is stoned. Then comes a miracle. 3 white women, unaccompanied, end up at immigration at the same time. They are white women. They are often with boyfriends. They are often with family. But they are rarely solo. Yes, I have met pharmaceutical women who work for, say, Johnson & Johnson solo. But 3 of them in a row, the next 3 people at immigration would have been a unicorn, Santa Claus, and a leprechaun. They travel to the pharmaceutical facility in the cleanest cab possible. And then they do something really bizarre. The cab pulls over near the median. They get out of the cab and they cross 3 lanes of Manila traffic as opposed to just pulling up to the right and getting out of the cab next to the sidewalk. While they're heading up to the security booth, traffic changes directions and the Filipinos start driving on the left side of the road. They arrive at the gatehouse for the facility and they suddenly meet a guard who now speaks with a Filipino accent, not an American accent.
Hi, how are you?
Dr. Shearing. Dr. Shearing. Hey, it's me, Joseph.
Joseph! Hello, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
Dr. Shearing pretends she has a clue who this guy is, but she doesn't. He's just an ant. He's a nobody, and she doesn't care. She just wants to get inside because she's about to murder three of his coworkers. Remember, this guy works for the same security firm as the three guards she and Aaron are about to murder. I filled in the backstory. Let's resume our story where it left off. The villains had just committed murder in the basement and they were fleeing through the factory. It just so happens that Aaron took a gun from the only security guard in all of the Philippines that actually has bullets in his gun. I'm not kidding. Most of them have no gun in their holster or the gun has no clip. He then destroys the multi-billion-dollar plant that's employing thousands of Filipinos whose livelihood depends on this plant, causing all the machines to seize up and the plant closes. Let's pause right here. This woman right here lost her job, so she took a job as a maid in the Middle East. After 3 months, she disappeared. Her family never heard from her again. This woman, when she lost her job, her daughter had to quit school. In order to make money for college, her daughter went to Japan and began working in a KTV. You know how she earned her tuition. Let's get back to some violence. Aaron just walks up behind the Australian plant manager and just punches or kills him. We're really not sure which. He's never met the guy. He just, bam, he's down. Then he steals the man's $75,000 watch. That Australian was given the watch because he brought up the plant in record time. The facility is going to be manufacturing a dengue fever and malaria vaccine for children. It is going to save tens of thousands of lives. Thanks for destroying the plant, Aaron. Then they decide to run away. They end up in a working class Filipino neighborhood wearing jackets, and they're white and they don't stand out wearing jackets in the tropics. And then as they walk through the neighborhood, nobody says, "Hey Joe, hey Joe, hey Joe." There are some chases, there are some shootings. At one point, Dr. Shearing ends up hiding in a working class house in Manila. She sees a small, perfectly manicured child. This is what a real kid looks like, by the way, unlike the one on the left. Then the mom of the house sees Dr. Shearing and freaks out, which is just silly. The woman screamed in Tagalog for help, except the woman speaks English. The woman, when she sees Dr. Shearing, she speaks enough English to say, "Are you okay? Can I help you?" A Filipino working class woman has likely never met a white woman before. She would not be terrified of her. There's only so much action and gratuitous violence I can show in a single video. I'm going to split this into two parts. You've actually learned some things. You've learned about the rarity of a single white female in the Philippines and how if you are a single female and you're white, people would help you. They'd lend you money. They'd give you the shirt off your back because you are such a rarity. Security guards are very nice people. They are very rarely armed, and they don't deserve the treatment they got in this video. Anyways, there is a part 2 with more gratuitous violence. The body count goes up, and there's an assassin trying to kill Aaron Cross and Dr. Martyr Shearing. I'm rooting for the assassin to kill them because those two people are just total jerks. See you in the next one.